Hi everyone, hope you're all good. Today I'm going to take you through a gentle yoga flow. So you might notice today's class is a little bit slower than some of my usual sessions, but we're just going to spend that bit of time working with the breath and getting nice and deep into some of the postures today. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it and hopefully you feel or leave the class feeling very relaxed and yeah, nice and loose. Okay. So when you're ready, all you need is a mat. And if you guys have some blocks that you want to grab, you can do so, grab them now and just have them by the side of your mat if you need them for any of the postures. If you don't have blocks available to you in the house, books or anything kind of this shape also works. It will just help you get in a little bit deeper to some of the postures. Okay, so yep, that's all we need. So when you're ready, if you'd like to just meet me in the center of the mat. And we're just going to start in a kneeling position. So you can either be kneeling on the toes if that feels comfortable for you. This might be too much of a stretch for some people in the toes. But if this is manageable and the stretch feels quite nice, stay up in the toes. Otherwise, just come flat onto the feet. Okay, so I'll just be straight on. And yep, either enjoying that stretch on the feet or just letting the feet out flat. Just spend a few breaths here. Think about sitting up nice and tall. Relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. And almost imagine someone's pulling you up through the crown of the head. So pulling you up and out the waist. Core is engaged. Spine is nice and long. Sitting nice and tall. Your hands can either rest on your thighs or if you'd rather have them just down by your side, that is also good. Just again, wherever feels good for you. Okay, and just spending this time to take a few deep breaths and just bring yourself to this present moment. And just try and let go of any thoughts that might come coming to you, maybe things that are on that to-do list that you need to do after this class, something else that you should be doing, anything at all, and just be present. Okay, we have this time together to focus on you and you only. Now start to bring the awareness to the breath. Just feeling the belly rise on the inhale and the belly fall on the exhale. With each exhale, try and relax the shoulders down a little bit more. And with each inhale, try and sit up tall and out the waist. You might want to use this time to set yourself an intention for class. So whether that be to try and get a little bit deeper into a posture that we've done before, or even just to give your full attention, your full focus to the time we spend on the mat. And just remember that every posture will look different on everyone, okay? So you might not necessarily get into the way a pose that looks when I do it. It might look slightly different for you, and that's okay. Yoga is about just listening to your body and finding what feels good for you. And that will be different for everyone. One final inhale. And exhale. From there, we're going to bring the hands together and then just interlace the fingers at the heart center, and then we're just going to roll out the wrists. So bring big circles one direction, and then big circles the opposite direction. Good. From there, just let go of the fingers, take them nice and long, palms flat together, and then we're going to start by creating a little bit of heat in the hands. Just getting the hands nice and warm, getting the wrists nice and warm. And then we exhale, let the hands open, fall by the side. Reach them all the way up, tall as you can, up and out the waist. Excellent. And as we exhale, just let that right arm come to the side and let the left arm reach up and over. Okay, so we're getting a nice stretch through the side body. Try and keep 2 hips square, 2 shoulders square, and avoid this happening. Okay, we want to reach up and over and really breathe into that stretch. From there, inhale, take the arms back up, reaching up and out the waist. And exhale, this time we drop to the left. Reaching up and over, maybe even bringing your gaze to that right hand. Nice. And inhale, reach back up. This time as we exhale, let the arms come behind you and bring the gaze back behind you just for a little tiny back bend. Bring the gaze up. Not too deep here as we're just getting warmed up, just getting started. And inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the arms forward. You might want to shake out the feet a little bit if you were on the toes. And from there, we're going to meet in a tabletop position. Okay, so in this position, we would like our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Okay, and if you still need to tuck out the toes, like mine are feeling a little bit tight after just sitting on them, you can do so. So maybe walk the feet in and out. And then next up, we're just going to start with a couple of circles. So circle the upper body. Imagine you're going all the way around in a 360 circle. Just start to make that circle a little bit bigger every time we do it. So coming a little bit more forward. Sending the hips a little bit further back. Nice, move back in centre, and let's change direction of the circles. So reach up and back. You're just creating a little bit of movement in the body, getting everything nice and loose. You might be like me and slightly creaking away, but we just want to spend a little bit of time in any areas here that might feel a little bit tight. And then from there, come back into your tabletop position. And then this time we're going to inhale and reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. And let the gaze follow the right arm, so the gaze is up to the right fingertip, so the ceiling. Keep reaching. And exhale, we're just going to thread that right arm all the way through and allow the right ear to drop down to the mat. Using the left hand, just gently push down on the ground as if we're trying to get 2 shoulders in one line. And that right hand is reaching to the left side of the room. Getting a nice stretch through the shoulders here. We're going to spend a few more breaths here. So you can have an option here if you want to take it a little bit deeper. Take the left hand up and round, trying to grab hold of that right thigh and create a bind, okay? And all this is doing is peeling back that left shoulder. So we're getting a little bit more of an opening here. Again, option 1, you can stay in if it feels better for you. These are just the options that we're going through today. Good, and taking 2 final breaths here. And if you were in the binds, just release that hand back up. And then from there, we'll all take the left hand down to the floor and push up, just to come back into that tabletop position. And you guessed it, from there we're going to do the exact same on the other side. So when you're ready, inhale, left arm reaches up as high as you can up to that ceiling. Try and imagine one straight line from the left hand to the right, two shoulders in one line. Really twist that left shoulder back. And exhale, thread it through. Nice. Good. Again, just down a few more breaths here. Gently pushing down on that right hand. And just breathing into the stretch. Again, we have the option, you can take the right hand up this time and grab hold of that left inner thigh. Still peeling the shoulders back. Still breathing. Okay, in any postures, if any of them feel uncomfortable or maybe a little bit difficult for you, just focus on the stillness and sending the breath there. Try not to fight the posture or hold the breath. We get deeper into the posture when we allow the body to relax and the mind to be still. If you took the bind, just bring your hand back up. And then together, right hand back on the floor, push down, and just release that left shoulder. Nice, guys. Okay, from there, we're going to take it into a couple of cat-cows. So just to get that little bit of movement in the spine, drop the belly, bring the gaze up. And inhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and arch in the back, almost as if you're trying to push the ground away from you. So push down through the palms of the hands, spread them wide. And exhale, drop the belly, round the spine, lift the tailbone. Maybe your gaze comes up to the sky. And exhale, round down through the spine. Push the ground away from you. And release again, one vertebrae at a time. We're rolling through the spine. Bring the gaze up. And let's finish it off with one cat. So push down hard as you can. Really imagine drawing those shoulder blades apart. And exhale, we'll release it back into tabletop position. So nice flat back. And from your tabletop, make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. That we're then going to tuck the toes and lift up into our high plank. Okay, so just rearrange, maybe get yourself nice and strong in this position here. Nice strong core, nice and long through the spine. And hold. This is the time where we want to control the breath. Try not to hold it. Even though we might find this posture challenging, we might be feeling that fire in the belly start to work, but stay with it. Deep breaths. And on your next exhale, push the hips back and come on back into your first downward facing dog. Okay, so first one of the class, you might want to heel toe the feet. Dropping the left heel, switch by the right, also known as walking the dog. This might feel quite good just to loosen off those hamstrings. As we meeting down dog, just really focus on spreading the hands wide and pressing down through the palms of the hands. Stick the hips up high as you can and try to almost create an upside down V. So as if you're pushing your chest so that your belly can come to meet your thighs one day, maybe. Just like an upside down V. And we have 2 more breaths here. Then as we inhale, we're going to shift our weight to our left foot and send our right leg up nice and high. Okay, so point the right leg to the sky. Try and keep 2 shoulders in one line. What might want to happen is the body might want to turn. You want to keep 2 shoulders in one line, keeping the hips square, and point the toe up high as you can. And then from there, we're going to inhale and bring that right knee to the right, or the outside of the right tricep. Hold here. And exhale. Push back. 3-legged dog. Try and not wobble like me. But again, it's okay if you do. And exhale. Pull the leg forward as if you're trying to get your knee to your nose. The knee comes in between 2 armpits. Exhale. Push back, 3-legged dog. And the last one, we're inhaling. The right knee comes to the left elbow. And then this time, exhale. Bring the knee over the right wrist. Right knee, right left wrist. And try and flick that foot up to the left hand. Okay, so if you can see here, my foot should be up close to my left hand. It might not be quite far up, but as close as you can. And my right knee is to my right hand. Okay, so we're in this pigeon pose. This might be enough for you already to stay here. Or again, your option, if you want to grab your blocks and use your blocks, just pop them out in front, relax the body down. You can change your level. Or if it feels good for you, you can bring the chest all the way down to the floor. Just try and relax the upper body and breathing into any areas of tension that you might find in that right hip here. Okay, so this is a pretty deep stretch. Might feel quite intense for some of you, especially if you came all the way down, or even if you maybe have a desk job or a seated job, driving, whatever. If you're spending a lot of time of your day seated, that can build up and you can store all that tension in the hips. So this posture is a great release to let it all come out. So again, just bringing your attention to the breath and channeling the breath down to any areas of tension or discomfort that you might be feeling in that hip. You've not got a long left here. 2 more breaths. Excellent. Okay, when you're ready, if you were down on your forearms or blocks, you can come back up. From here, we're going to just take the back right, or the back left foot, sorry, tuck the left foot, and then lift. From here, we can just step that right foot back now into our high plank. Okay, nice strong core, and let's hold here. And get nice and long through the body, nice and strong through the core. Keep breathing. Excellent. And on your next exhale, send the hips back and come into downward facing dog. Then just spend a little bit of time here noticing how your breath feels, maybe how your right hip feels compared to your left hip. Hopefully, maybe one feels slightly looser now. Really pushing that ground away from you, trying to drive the heels down towards the back of the mat. It's okay, your knees might be bent, that's totally fine. You do not need to be straight at all. When you're ready, we're going to inhale and this time lift the left leg up high. Okay, so 3-legged dog, pointing the toes. Keeping the 2 shoulders in one line, keeping them square. And then as we inhale this time, left knee, left elbow. Good. And exhale, push back. This time we inhale, that left knee comes to the nose through the center. To nose and pause. Really push the ground away from you. Let's fire up the core. And exhale, push back. 3-legged dog. The last one we've got here. Inhale, left knee, right elbow. So getting that nice twist and really working the obliques here. Whew. On your exhale, bring the left knee over to the left wrist and then flick that right foot up to the right heel. And you might want to drop and maybe rearrange whatever feels good. I'm definitely tighter on one side, so you might be the same. And again, just getting comfortable into that pigeon position. Okay, with your foot, try and keep it flexed, protecting the knee, pointing the toes. And then, if it feels good, you can now grab your blocks again if you're using your blocks. Or come on down, all the way down, chest to the floor, and relax the upper body. The same as before, you can stay upright. Again, just whatever feels good for you in this posture. Might even take you a little bit, so you might need to steady your breath and then relax into the posture as you find your breath and come down into it. Same as always, don't force anything today, you're just listening to your body and meeting it where it's at. I'm going to spend a few more breaths here, guys. So just get comfy, get relaxed. Again, maybe just sending that breath to any areas of tightness that we've got in the left hip. And when you're ready, if you were down on the floor, we're just making our way back up. We're going to tuck that right foot. Step back, plank. This time will be nice to you. We're sending the hips straight back into your downward facing dog. Okay. Maybe just walking the dog once more. From there, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg straight back up. This time, as we step through, the right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Okay, this is for your lizard lunge, and we hold here. So think get nice and long through the body. and breathe. From there, it might feel quite good to drop this back left knee. And again, once more, just inviting the body to relax into it. You can stay up high, you can use your blocks, or you can maybe come all the way down to your forearms. If you're down on your forearms and you find that you need to push that knee out, that's okay. Just creating a little bit more space in the hip. We can roll onto the knife edge of our foot here and let the knee fall open. What's most important here is just that we get nice and long through the body, or through the spine even, and try and relax the upper body. Once again, just finding your breath and breathing into it. Two more breaths here. And if you were down on your forearms or using your blocks, we'll just meet back here. From there, we're then just going to take our right arm, reach it up and round. So big circle with the right arm. Bring your gaze over the right shoulder. Maybe you bring it all the way to the fingers. And then an option here for you is to bend this left foot and bring it into the palm of the right hand. Okay, if that's not quite available to you today, you can always use a strap or a towel, wrap it around the foot and hold, or you can prop it up against a wall or a couch or whatever to still get that quad stretch that we're getting here. Okay. Again, try not to force it. Just relax deep into the posture. Your foot might not be in your hand, and that's okay. If you have your foot or a strap, release it. Bring the arm back round. And then once more, tuck this left foot, lift and step back, plank, and step back. Push the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, we're just going to repeat on the same side, or not the same side, the opposite side. So inhale, shift the left leg up, point the toes high, three-legged dog. Inhale, left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. You might want to shuffle that right foot back, so you're finding the length through the body. Imagine one straight line from the crown of the head all the way down to the heel. Okay, stay lifted through the core, try and avoid sagging at this point or being up here. We want to really get into that hip here. Okay, and exhale. You might want to now drop the knee, the right knee. And then from here, the same again on the other side. You might want to stay where you're at, use blocks, or come on all the way down for lizard pose. And we're just going to spend a few breaths here, just breathing into the posture. When you're ready, just bring your hands underneath your shoulders if you're on your elbows or forearms. And then from there, reach the left arm up and round. Big circle with the arm. Maybe you stay here Maybe you bend that right foot in towards the body, heel towards the glute. Maybe you grab a strap or use a wall or sofa. Just whatever feels good for you. Perfect. From there, if you have your foot, release. We'll all swoop that arm back round. Hands under the shoulders. Tuck the right leg. Step the left foot back. Send the hips back. Downward facing dog. And then this time we're going to do one big roll all the way through the spine. So come up onto the tiptoes, shift the weight forwards, high plank, and then drop the hips, flip over onto the toes into cobra. Okay, so we meet here in this little back bend. Try and relax the shoulders, have them down and away from the ears. And then we're just going to repeat that movement. Tuck the toes and roll through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, sending the hips back high. Downward dog. Okay guys, we have 2 more of them. Just at your own pace, take it nice and slow and really focus on the movement as we roll through the spine, arch the back, plank, drop the hips, stay nice and strong through the core, and bring your gaze up into cobra. Untuck the toes, shoulders down, gaze stays forward. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes, push up, lift the knees and hips, send the hips back, downward dog. Excellent, and one more here. Inhale, roll forward onto the toes. Hands come, or shoulders come above hands. Drop the hips. Bring the gaze up. Relax the shoulders and tuck the toes. Last one. Tuck the toes, send the hips back. Downward facing dog. From there, we're just going to walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Nice and gentle, get nice and long through the spine. Till your feet meet your hands. Once again, just let the upper body relax. Find the length through the spine. Take your hands and clasp them at the opposite elbows. Let the head feel heavy. And then from there, maybe just rock side to side. As if you're rocking a little baby. And just let gravity do the work here in this posture. Let the head feel heavy. And breathe into that stretch all the way up the back of the hamstrings. Release the hands. From here, if your hands come to the floor, that you can do this posture without an aid. If your hands don't quite make the floor without really bending the knees, you want to maybe grab a strap, a towel, or a jumper or something, and then you want to step on it, okay? So bring the feet about hip width apart, and you're either going to step on, as I said, a strap, a towel, or a block and grab it by either side. Or if your hands are reaching the floor, you're going to step on the palms of your hands. Okay, it's okay for there to be a soft bend in the knees. Okay, you actually probably want a soft bend in the knees and not to lock out completely. Let the upper body feel heavy. And then we're going to try so you're either pulling on the strap or pulling up with the upper body to just deepen that stretch. Okay, keep pressing on the palms of the hands if you're stepping on them. And then exhale. Relax. Let the belly come to the thighs. And we're just going to do one more of them. So either pulling the strap or pulling the upper body, as if you're trying to pull your palms from underneath your feet. Step down hard. Keep pulling, and exhale. Release. Nice. You were stepping on your palms. Just untuck your hands. Maybe from there, just give your feet a little massage. And then start to roll out the wrists, which always feels quite good if you've been standing on your hands. And then from there, just slowly, ever so slowly, we've spent a lot of time down there, so slowly come up one vertebrae at a time, standing nice and tall. Relax the shoulders down, palms fall open, and release. Okay, from there, we're going to come to the top of the mat and then take a wide stance. So in this wide-legged stance, we're going to want to make sure that our toes are either pigeon-toed, so feet, toes pointing in, heels pointing out, or we can keep them parallel. So that's toes and heels in one line. Okay, from there, just find length again through the spine. Take the arms out wide. Imagine someone's pulling you left, pulling you right. And then now they're pulling you from the crown of your head. You're just slowly going to fold over. Coming all the way down. You can let the hands come to the ground. Maybe walking the fingertips in, just to deepen that stretch. Or maybe you grab hold of the outside of the calves and just gently pull. Get a nice deep stretch here. Excellent. Get nice and long. Let the upper body feel heavy. And then when you're ready, release the hands if you had them down. Take them out by your side like you were playing lines with before. And just fold up. And then from there, we're just going to slightly step the feet together. Bring your hands to heart center. Step the feet hip distance apart. And then slowly sink the hips back. Just spend a few breaths here in your yogi squat or garland pose. Okay, again, another one that might feel quite intense for the hips. So if it feels good to maybe sway left, sway right, you can do so. We've not got long here today. Excellent. Nice. From there, we're then just going to meet back on our downward, or we're going to meet back into our cobra position. Okay, so you can get there however you like. You can take a crow if you want to advance your practice a little bit, or you can just step back into your cobra. Once more, Just relaxing the shoulders, keeping the elbows in towards the body. And when you're ready, just exhale, release. We're going to push back up. Bring the knees about the hip or the width of the mat. Okay, so knees fall open, toes together behind you. You want your hands about shoulder width apart. And then from here, we're just going to sink the hips back into a child's pose. Just take a little bit of time in this posture. Maybe walk the fingertips forward to the front of the mat. Really focus on sending the hips back. So different people will feel this stretch in different places. You might feel it in the shoulders, the chest, the thighs, the hips. You might feel it in all of them a little bit. That is a great posture that just allows you to relax and get a little bit deeper into it. You can work just by reaching forward, stretching out the shoulders, and sinking the hips back. So just find the length. And next inhale, when you're ready, you're just going to come all the way up. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Okay, from here we're going to come up onto our knees. Just make sure knees are underneath hips now. And you want your feet behind you. I'm going to give you guys a couple of options here as we go into our back bend of camel. So first one, we take the right hand and then we reach the left arm up and over. Bring that gaze over to the left side, or the left hand even. Follow the left fingers, reach up and over. Really focus on pushing the hips forward here a little bit now as well. And then inhale, slowly bring it back. And we'll just repeat on the other side. Left hand to left heel, right hand up and back. Bring that gaze up and pushing the hips forward. And inhale back to center. Okay, this time I'm going to give you the option of full camel, but we will start together in the half camel. So right hand comes back, left hand reaches up. You might stay here, or your left hand might go all the way behind and grab hold of the left foot. Push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes. So really stay activated through the glutes. Keep squeezing. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. And exhale, if you're in full camel, just bring your hand to your lower spine to protect the back as you come out. Okay, we're going to inhale and repeat that on the other side. The left arm comes up, your right arm comes up, left arm comes to the heel. We either stay there or we reach back, relax the head, bring the gaze forward, and breathe. Keep squeezing the glutes. Good. Two more breaths here. And if you're in full position, just bring your hand to your lower back for support. And then we'll all meet back in a child's pose. Bring the hips back once more and release. And your child's pose now, we're going to start to find the length and walk the fingers to the right side of the room. And just notice any sensation that you're feeling in the hips now. Maybe more so in the right. This is applied that a little bit of pressure. And when you're ready, just exhale, hands back to centre. And we're going to take them all the way around this time to the left. Keep reaching and feeling that stretch as we reach the hands all the way to the left side of the room. Bring your hands back to centre. Push up, tabletop, and then from there we're just going to step the feet all the way through into a cross-legged position. Bring the feet up into bow. Bring the hands up, the chest up, and breathe. From here, you're going to slowly, as you can, lower the body down to the floor. So kick out the legs, find length through the back. Really, really making that core work as slow as you can. Try not to flop down. And when you get there, relax. We're going to finish the series off with a couple of gentle spinal twists before we get to relax in our final posture of Shavasana. So from there, if you take your hands out like cactus wings, so bending the elbows, fingertips reaching up towards the head. And then from here, we're going to take the left knee, bend it in, and then just let it fall over the body to the left side of the room. Sorry, so I took the right knee and took it to the left side of the room. You might take the left knee and take it to the right side of the room. So whatever knee, it crosses across the body and falls to the opposite side of the room. So we're getting a nice spinal twist here. As we lie in the twist, try and keep both shoulders grounded down. What might want to happen is that right shoulder, or whatever shoulder your knee's twisting from, might want to rise up off the ground. Try and keep it grounded. And just feel that stretch through the chest as well as the lower back. And then when you're ready, just inhale, bring whatever knee you crossed back to the centre and just let it lie out long on the mat. Arms stay by the side like cactus wings. And then inhale, just bring the opposite knee into the chest, so this time it's the left for me. And exhale, let the opposite knee fall to the opposite side of the room. So I'm letting my left knee fall to the right side of the room. Again, trying to keep that left shoulder grounded down. Maybe even bring your gaze to that left hand or to the left side of the room. And just breathing into the twist. And when you're ready, just gently rolling back that knee to centre. And then bring the right knee in to meet the left knee, so both knees are bent. And then just allow your hands to come around the knees, the shins. Give yourself a big hug as if you're trying to make yourself into a little tiny little ball. Hug the knees, the nose. And take one big inhale. And one big exhale. As we exhale, find your final posture of Shavasana. So lying out nice and long on the mat. Bring your heels together. Let your feet fall open. Bring your arms out by your side. Let your palms face up the ceiling or sky. If you're lucky enough to be doing it outside. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. Relax the jaw. You might even want to close your eyes. And bring your awareness to the breath. Just feeling the belly rise. Feeling the belly fall. Feeling the air, the body, the oxygen. Allowing it to relax. If you're doing this practice by yourself in the house and have the time, I would encourage you to stay in this posture for another 5 to 10 minutes. Really reap all the benefits of the class and allow your mind to be still and your body to be relaxed. Otherwise, if you'd like to join me in finishing off your practice, just bring your right knee in, followed by your left knee. Just roll your body, the knees to one side, and your own time, just gently press up. And we'll meet in seated cross-legged position. Bring the hands to heart center. Just give yourself a moment just to thank your body for the practice that it's just allowed you to do. Namaste. Thanks again for joining me on that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Catch you again next time. Bye.